Welcome to my channel. My name is Jem, and today we're going to be talking about my February makes and my March plans for sewing. So let's get right into it. So the first thing that I worked on in the month of February was finishing the Night and Day dress by Charm Patterns. I did finish it, and I will post some footage here. Here is the dress. I'm going to come forward to talk a little bit more about it. Okay, so I worked on this dress for most of January and finished the bodice. It was extremely tedious to do, and I felt really good making it and doing all the instructions that were in there really well explained. Gertie stuff usually is really good. I've only made one of her dresses previously in this exact same fabric, and it was a different style, and it fit me so good. And it came out really well, and I wore it till it ripped apart. So I was really hopeful this would be similar. I went with this style because I didn't really like the other variations that were in the night day dress options, and I've never had a dress that had this kind of neckline, so I thought, hey, let's try it, and I don't like it. It's, I don't know if it's the fabric, because it's corduroy. It just seems too bulky and weird for me, and I did press everything, but this is still like going buck wild. The fit is really good, so that is something that I was really happy about. And I used the measurements that were on the pattern to go by this. And so via the measurements, I was going to be, I think it was like a size 8. So I'm going by my upper bust measurement, 36, because I usually get a better fit for my armholes, which I always have an issue with because of my bust. So yeah, I went with the size 8, and then my waist and my hips are much bigger, obviously, or maybe not. And so I needed to choose something because the trumpet style skirt is supposed to be really fitted at the hips, and so I wanted to make sure that it would accommodate my hips, so I made sure to choose the bigger size for me, and it turned out so baggy. So it makes me think I should have just gone with the straight size because this one fits so well. But it's definitely it's a 4-inch difference between the 30 and the 34, which is what I cut. So pretty bummed about that because this doesn't fit my shape at all, and I'm not going to go back in. I don't like to go back in and redo things that I've made. I just don't like to do it. Like, I take it as a learning experience and I start over for the next time. But I don't know. When I was looking through the other options for this pattern, I don't know if I'd make any of the other ones, any of the other variations, or any of the other options. I don't know. It's just, I'm kind of bummed. I'm kind of bummed because I bought this pattern thinking that I would make something really fun. Maybe I can mix and match if I buy another one of her, because I know a lot of the charm patterns are mix and match. So maybe I could buy the bodice from another one and put that on top and then try it again with the trumpet skirt, because I really like the style of the trumpet skirt, but obviously I want it to fit me. So maybe I try again and make the smaller size with a different bodice, because I do not like this bodice. This cut, the square cut with a little flap. You could make it without this flap too, but I mean, what do we think? It's not that. I mean, that's not obviously that. I want to tell, but yeah, I don't know. The fabric's so fun though. I'm hoping that I will bring it to the charity shop and somebody will find it and it will fit them on the bottom half better. Some like big bootied, big hipped lady, much bigger than my hips, and then would have maybe a smaller upper torso and it'll fit them very well. But for me, alas. But I am very proud of myself. I think it turned out really well. But otherwise, I did like a nude zipper to me. It's like a lapped, I think that's what it's called, zipper. So that was my first time doing that, and everything was so well explained. Even though I don't like this pattern, for me, I highly recommend it. It's really well explained. The instructions are great. Just not for me. So as you can see, the fit from the bottom didn't fit me very well, and I wasn't too keen on a lot of the pieces of it in general, which is a bummer because I really love her patterns. I am actually a subscriber to her Patreon and I love it. I join in on the live chats and everything, and I just love her. She's a great resource, she's a great person, and I want to support her all the way. I only have one of her charm patterns, but I have, I believe, 2 of the Simplicity Butterick, I don't remember off the top of my head right now, patterns, and I do have another one that I bought that is coming on the way, which is this really cute one. I will show it right here. I've been loving people's versions of this. I've been seeing it pop up in the different, on Instagram, and I've been like, yes, I want that, and I want to have Rick Rack on that. So I think I might add that to my March plans. Here, I'll show you some different versions here of some designs that I've been like, ooh, I like that. But unfortunately, this one in February did not work out. I'm planning on donating it and hoping that someone else will get more use out of it, or maybe someone will be more curvy on the bottom. The second thing I made in the month of February was some undies. I mean, these look ridiculous. So I used 2 new patterns, which I talked about in the last one, and they're both like indie patterns. They're not Simplicity or anything like that, but I wanted to try some new high-waisted underwear, and oh my god, mamma mia, these are some granny panties if I ever did see them myself, and I love them. So I ain't hating. I used 2 different ones. I don't know which ones are which. I'll post it here. This is the first one I used, and this is some fabric that I've been using for like 4 different projects that I've been working on recently. This was like the last piece of it that I had. So made some big ass panties, and here they are, and I love them, and I will be putting them finally in my drawer so I can use them. Pattern was really straightforward. I've been getting so much better about doing the like closed seam type of whatever that is, gusset piece. So I got a lot more practice on that this time around. The other one I made out of this like perforated fabric that I've had in my stash for quite some time, and I prefer the fit on this one, but I also was much more handsy with the elastic, if that's a way to describe it, and I was like tugging on it better because I do prefer a tighter fit on my elastic. I just like the feel of that. So this one I nailed the gusset. Oh, do you see that? Oh yeah, hidden seams, that's right. But I washed these underwears and bam, pop seam. So I tried this new method that I learned from, oh, I want to say her name is Michelle or something on Instagram. I don't know at all. And she said to use a straight stitch on the side seams and pull it while you're sewing it to make it so it'll stretch. It automatically knows that it's already stretched, basically, because she didn't like using the zigzag stitch. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to try this out because these people are much better at sewing than I am. And maybe I didn't do it right because that didn't work, or maybe I just needed to make the stitch length longer. instead of like stitch length longer plus pulling the fabric at the same time. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it again. Maybe I'll go back to zigzag, but otherwise the finish is really great. I am so happy that I invested. Can I even show that? I'm so happy that I invested. Nope, can't even see it. In a pinking shears for the first time, because this little girl right here cannot afford a serger right now, and I don't feel skilled enough to have that yet. Everyone that I watch on Instagram just like runs everything through their serger and just like, it's done, it's finished. And I'm like, no, I have to like pink everything, or maybe I like do bound seams or something like that. And I'm just, that's just where I'm at right now. So, Chew Undies, done. Then, I wasn't really doing a lot else. I was doing mostly mending. So, we got mended. We got this little baby who's been in I handmade this last year. And this little baby has been in my drawer to be fixed for months now. And I'm really into like visible mending. I saw this video. Oh, what is her name? What is her name? I'm going to put the name here. And her house, I think it's her bunny, eats her comforter and her couch. And her best friend is like Todd Oldham. Hopefully that's how you say his name. And he like suggested to just like put little patches on everything and just like sew it. So it's very obvious that there was holes here, but it's covered with like these super cute like gingham or like floral print pattern patches, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I just thought that was just so whimsical and cute. So I wanted to put that into my life. Plus, I don't want to go out and buy matching fabric and try and get all that. That's not my life. That's not how I am. So we did some purple velvet fabric that I just had in my stash from trying to make something else that didn't work out. So that is done. And I also mended 2 pairs of pants. I will put the footage here of the before and the after, so you can see right here what it looked like before and after on these lovely little pants. And now that I've finally finished this video, my husband can wear these pants again because he wasn't allowed to until I finished that. So that was another thing that I worked on. And here are some things that I actually started on that weren't in my plans, but I think I just got like something happened and I was like, I don't want to make it anymore. I know where to make something else. And I ended up upon this here pattern. It's a free pattern for a bag, and I'm all about making bags. I got no problem making some more bags because I don't have to worry about them fitting. So I started on that, and I'm like, I would say 95% done. This is inside out right now, so I have the side seams done and the straps are on. I just need to like sew the bottom and then sew the top a little bit and then flip this baby outside. And your girl is using this like embroidered fabric. Is it embroidered? I don't know. I don't think it's embroidered. I don't know what that's called. Whatever. Fabric, like upholstery fabric, and it says life is short, eat dessert first. And I've had this for two or more years. I got it from my local craft store, fabric store, when I was living in New York City, and I was like, oh my god, I need this. And that's when I was just like buying all the fabric willy-nilly just because I like things, not because it actually went with anything or I had enough or something. So that's how I ended up with this, and I'm so happy that I finally found something to use it for. And this is a humongous bag, so I'm very excited to use it. I didn't have enough webbing for what I was needing for this, so it has a very short handle, and I guess time will tell if that will work, but that is something that I made. Haha! So after I made those things, I literally took maybe a weekend or so to work on the things that I've shown you so far. The thing that I really got invested in the month of February was the Seamworks Design Your Wardrobe. Oh my gosh. Yes, Design Your Wardrobe. So it's basically a way for you to create a, what do they call it? It depends on what you're planning it for. So you get very centralized on what you're creating. So if you're creating for a season or for a specific event or something like that, that's what this is for. So it's kind of streamlines everything in, and it asks you specific questions and you work on specific tasks. And so you do it within a group setting. So it's 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks. I think it's 3 weeks. And each week has a piece for you to work on, and it has a question for you to answer that you can answer within the community, so everyone can kind of get inspiration off of everyone, or you could literally just do it on your own. This is the first time that they added videos. They made their own videos with it, and the videos were okay. They were a bit dry. I mean, the other videos that Seamwork does, I really enjoy. They're super informative, and they show you like different techniques and different, like, how to choose fabric for this and how to do different types of seams and all very specific things that are super helpful. And I love, and there's certain YouTubers that I watched for those specific things as well. And I know this was supposed to like elevate it, the video portion that they provided, but it was so dry. It was so dry. It was like they didn't enjoy what they were doing. There was no one that was really excited, and everyone talked so low. And as someone that makes video content and watches it regularly, I connect more with someone that's more enthusiastic about what they're doing. So I don't know if like everyone at Seamwork is just smoking a big old doobie before they come to work and it's just chill as fuck, but they were just too chill for me. So the community was really cool, and I really liked everyone there. Everyone was super supportive. I actually like asked a couple questions myself just to get some like feedback on how people were working with different things. And you know what? I'm just talking a whole lot here, but let's look at what I actually worked on. So I decided to plan my collection for 3 different things: yoga, roller skating, and loungewear, sleepwear. So the point for me doing these things was a need. Yoga, I started going to yoga classes, and I just had, firstly, I had like no clothes that fit me that were active wear because I only had old stuff, and that stuff didn't fit me, which is part of the reason why I was going to yoga, is because I wanted to lose some weight and get fit again, and so everything didn't fit me. So that was the first thing, is that I just didn't have anything. Then the second thing was when I was going to look for stuff, it was just all the very like high tech, futuristic looking, which is not really my vibe. I'm definitely more like colorful, fruity, fun, wacky, interesting, but like minimal prints. So I wanted to create some clothes that I could wear that kind of I identified with my personality, but also that fit me well. I always get these leggings, number one, because I have a long torso, doesn't go high-waisted enough for me, which is a huge deal because everything's falling down, gut's falling out, and it's just like a hot mess, and I can't be zen when I'm doing my yoga, and that's what I'm trying to get, is zen and like work out and like feel better about myself. And so that was one. The second one was for roller skating. So I never posted about it on this, but on my Instagram I posted videos when I was trying to do I think it's like Skate Daily, Moxie Skate Daily or something like that. This is when we still lived in the warehouse, in our tiny house, and I was trying to do skate every day because I want to get more fit and I want to learn more cool tricks, and I want to potentially like join a skate gang, and I was getting I thought I was getting pretty good. And then I totally dropped off after we moved here. We do have like a park that's nearby, but it's kind of awkward to go there, and I didn't push myself enough to do it. So I was hoping that by creating a collection that was specific to skating, I would hopefully encourage myself to be like, okay, let's put on these cute clothes and let's go out and let's find our girl gang. And that's where this whole piece came from. So the roller skating theme is all like 1970s roller skating themes. So short tops and high-waisted shorts, and then like some funky Lolita dresses with some biker shorts, and that is kind of the feel for that. And throughout that theme and the yoga theme, the color scheme was radial and blue, which is my fave color scheme. And so I chose kind of fabrics and prints and patterns to go with that theme. The third one is loungewear or sleepwear. So your girl here just wears some raggedy ass leggings, pants, and like big ass t-shirts or like swim cover-ups when I go to sleep. Yeah, it's a look, but not the look I would choose from my adult self. So I came up with a loungewear that's still like 70s, like cult leader inspired. So I chose for this one to go different than the other ones. If I can find the prints in the same colorway, then I would go that way. But so far, I mean, I kind of have. So far I kind of have. So it's more like psychedelic, flower power type fabrics, slinky type looks. So like one of the specific looks, and I used to have this piece and I kind of regret that I don't have it anymore, is like a hooded caftan dress that's in like a silky material, and it has like a cinched belt that you just like kind of throw on. You can just be that person around the house just cloaking it up. That's one of the looks that I want to do. And then one of the other looks I want to do is like a t-shirt dress with like a rounded hem. I used to wear this type when I was little, and I really like the look that I've seen from like the 70s, and it has like it's like crew where it's like the ribbed on all of this on the sleeves and the neck, and then like a 70s striped knit for you to wear. I really am into that. So it's kind of like something to keep you warm, but also something to keep me covered and cool. So that is what I've been working on. And so going through all of the different steps to create it, and I'll show you my different layouts here so you can kind of get an idea of my mood boards for that, and the different palettes that I came up with from my stash, but I've since bought some fabric since then, and I've come up with some looks as well, which this is what they look like. I kind of just described them already. So now what I have to do, and I'm totally behind because I was doing other stuff, is I need to find the patterns that I want to use for each of the looks and make sure that I have coordinating fabric and enough fabric to go with that. So I've already pulled from my stash the pieces that could potentially work if I have enough fabric for the designs that are going to go for it. And then I did go to this amazing rummage sale on Saturday, and I picked up a whole bunch more fabrics that they had there that could also potentially work for a couple of the patterns, not all of them. And then I also got some free patterns from Mood. So this one is a legging pattern, and this one is a bicycle short pattern. So I have those two. That's for obviously for the yoga and the roller skating ones, and then there's a couple other patterns that I have floating around in my mind that I want to get for that. So yeah, as we transition to March for my March plans, I'll be working on the designs that I've come up with for the design or wardrobe. So I'm pretty much going to be working on that exclusively, other than finishing that bag that I showed you earlier. So that was a lot of video, and I hope you enjoyed all my talking. And if you did, please tell people about this video, or subscribe yourself, or give me a high five in the form of a like, whatever you're into. And as always, I want to say thank you so much to my 8 subscribers. You guys are the bomb.com, and I love you.